Right, guys, what is going on? Match reaction Barcelona 3, Inter Milan 3. And well, I genuinely think that could be one of the best semi final first legs of the Champions League I have ever watched. Just an insane game. I mean, let's hold a minute silence for the people that missed that game tonight because that was utterly breathtaking. I mean, just just bonkers, absolute bonkers of a football match. Seriously, I mean, yeah, just absolutely crazy. But I want to touch on Inter first. I think Inter will take that result. I think for Inter tonight, not losing was a result, and they got that. They got a draw. You know, and I now do think Inter Milan are probably slightly favourites to make the Champions League final. Because obviously the second leg uh, next week is in Milan, is it the San Siro? So, Inter are the home team. So I think they are probably the favourites now to make the final. I don't think they're massive favourites, but I think they are the slight favourites. And, I feel like there was a really good result for Inter Milan tonight. Inter Milan had 3 shots, 3 goals. Sorry, 3 shots on target, 3 goals. Clinical tonight were Inter Milan. And that's what you need in a Champions League semi-final away from home in the first leg. You need to take your chances, and that's exactly what Inter Milan did tonight. They took the chances, and Barca will feel frustrated because Barcelona were the better team tonight. They were, and they dominated possession Barcelona, but they didn't take the chances, and Inter Milan did. But yeah, what a crazy game it was. Touch on Barca. Like I just said, I think they'll be annoyed. I think they'll be frustrated. I still think Barcelona will win the Champions League. I expect them next week to beat Inter Milan and knock them out. And I think they'll either beat PSG or Arsenal in the final. Barcelona are still my favourites to win this competition. But tonight, you saw where the issues lied. Yes, they dominated the ball, they dominated the chances, but Barcelona give you chances. And the main thing is you got to take your chances. And that's what Inter did. They took their chances. If Inter don't take their chances, Barcelona win this game pretty comfortably, in my opinion. But yeah, Hansi Flick, he's been in this situation before. He's very confident going to the San Siro next week and getting a result. Inter Milan, off the back of 3 defeats in a row, by the way, Inter Milan lost 3 games in a row before tonight. I didn't see Inter getting a result out of this. I think I predicted 2-0 to Barca at the start before a ball was kicked. But yeah, what a performance by Inter Milan. Seriously, what a performance. I think the slight concern, though, for me, for Inter, is that Lautaro Martinez could be injured. Now, we went off injured tonight. If that is the case, it's a big, big blow because the backup is Taremi. Now, I'm not saying Taremi's bad, but he's not Lautaro Martinez, is he? Let's be honest. So that could be a bit of a blow, for Inter. I believe Martinez is also the captain of the team as well. So, they're going to be missing a leader out there next week if he is not playing it, and that could be quite a big issue for Inter next week. But let's talk about the goals because there is 6 goals to talk about in this game. Just absolute crazy game of football. I will say this actually. The last time Barcelona and Inter played each other, guess what the scoreline was? 3-3. They've just replicated it. Can Barca and Inter just play each other every single day? Every week? Please, just make it happen, UEFA. But yeah, let's go into the goals. What a start by Inter Milan. If you thought yesterday Dembele's goal was quick for PSG against Arsenal, This one came inside the first minute. Marcus Thuram with the goal for Inter Milan. I think it was 30 seconds. 30 seconds Inter scored. And yeah, there's they work it through midfield, and there's so much space for Dumfries on the right hand side. He makes the run, Denzel Dumfries, puts in the cross, gets blocked, comes back out to Denzel Dumfries, puts in another cross, and the finish by Thuram is unbelievable. I mean, we were treated to some unbelievable goals tonight. We really were, and this has to be up there as probably number one in my opinion for skill and technique. He catches it on the half volley Thuram, little flick into the back of the net. It's an unbelievable finish. I mean, that is so hard to do. I'm not even joking. Like, to do that in the Champions League semi-final as well, inside the first minute away from home, unbelievable. And then it got even better for Inter Milan, going 2-0 up. Barca were dominating Barca. Inter scored, and it was all Barcelona. Inter then get a corner, and I literally said, this will be a sucker punch if Inter score from this corner in the watch along. I literally said it, and long and behold, Inter score from the corner. Denzel Dumfries with, again, an unbelievable finish. I mean, kind of a scissor kick, overhead kick, whatever you want to call it. I think it's more of a scissor kick than an overhead kick, in my opinion. But yeah, Acerbi wins the first contact, and, whenever you win the first contact, it causes chaos, it causes danger. And he wins the first contact, Acerbi. And Denzel Dumfries just swings a boot at it, scissor kick style, makes such a good connection. Szczesny nowhere near it. It goes over Rafinha's head, who's on the line. He can't do anything about it. And it's 2-0 to Inter Milan. Stadium shocked, Barcelona stunned, and Barcelona needed to get back into this game quickly. And they did. And who did they rely on? The 17-year-old Lamine Yamal. I mean, I could talk about this kid for God knows how long. He is generational, very special talent. And yeah, 3 minutes later, Lamine Yamal making it 2-1 in the 24th minute. What a player. All I can say is, what a player. Unbelievable goal, this. I'm not even joking. Gets past Mkhitaryan like he's not even there. Opens his body, whips it with his left foot to the far corner, posting in. Sommer looking like a lemon, just standing still. Unbelievable finish from Lamine Yamal. And what's crazy about it is that was his 100th game for Barcelona. His 100th game for Barcelona at 17 it's ridiculous. 2-1, Barcelona back into the game, and then it was 2-2. Ferran Torres with the goal. Wonderful crossing to the box by Gavi, to the back post by cross by Gavi to Rafinha. Rafinha heads it across the goal, and Ferran Torres got a very simple finish, really. Not going to miss that Ferran Torres from there. But what I will say about this goal is very smart by Rafinha. You see a lot of players nowadays go for goal with that type of header. They go for goal, they go for the glory. But brilliant by Rafinha, very smart play. Just heads it across. Ferran Torres got a tap in, basically. And yeah, 2-2, just like that at half time. What a first half. 2-2. And then Inter, in the 64th minute, regained the lead from another corner. Denzel Dumfries again. Towering header by Denzel Dumfries. Really good cross into the back post again. I think it takes a slight deflection off Araujo's shoulder, which diverts it in. I'm not sure if Szczesny's actually saving it. If it doesn't take the deflection off Araujo, I don't think he is. But yeah, really good header by Dumfries. 3-2 to Inter. Barca behind again. And they need to come back into the game again, Barca. And 1 minute later, literally a minute later, Barca get a corner. They play it short. Lamine Yamal lets the ball go underneath his legs. Rafinha's on the edge of the box. Rafinha hits it first time off the crossbar, and then it comes back out from the bar, hits Sommer on the back of the head, and goes into the back of the net. I mean, it's a very lucky goal for Barcelona. Does go down as a Sommer own goal, unfortunately. Sommer can't do anything about it. He's literally hit the bar and, diverted back off the back of his head and gone into the back of the net. He can't really do anything about it. Sommer is very unlucky. 3-3. And then that's how it finished. We didn't really have many more chances after that last goal, really. Lamine Yamal did hit the bar from an effort, which was very weird. I thought it was going miles over the bar, but he just dipped like crazy, hit the bar. Inter did actually, there was a chance. Inter did score. Mkhitaryan did score, but the offside flag went up against Mkhitaryan. Denzel Dumfries with a wonderful ball into the box. But Mkhitaryan was offside, the automated offside, coming in clutch. But 3-3, what a game. Standout performance for me. Denzel Dumfries, Lamine Yamal, probably the standouts from both teams, to be honest. But yeah, what a game. What a treat. That is football, people. This is what the Champions League's about. This is what it's about, and yeah, what a joy to watch that was. But it is advantage Inter. It is advantage Inter with it. If you deep it, Inter with the advantage going into that second leg next Tuesday. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments what you thought of that crazy match. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'll catch you later.